Yo, what is up, fam, and welcome to today's video. So in this one, this is episode 3, not 2, of my competition prep. So I'm 10 weeks out from doing the Toronto Pro Show, the Natty one. It's November 27th. I think that's 10 weeks, something like that. Anyways, today I'm gonna be taking you guys through my full ab routine. I was actually supposed to take a rest day today, but I wanted to get you guys a video. So I'm just gonna do abs. I don't actually do a single ab day in my normal routine. But if you guys feel like your abs are lacking, then this workout is going to be killer because I've done this before when I did have like a day that was just abs. So technically today, I'm doing abs and cardio because I'm doing 20 minutes cardio every single day. So I'm gonna take you guys through my ab workout. Let's go. First exercise. All right, so the first exercise is gonna be a leg raise, but with a twist. So basically I break it up into 2 parts, upper and lower. The first 2 exercises that I'm starting off with are going to be the harder ones. With these first 2 exercises, the main focus is going to be the obliques, but obviously you're gonna be targeting the abdomen first. So when you're actually coming up through the leg raise, I'm gonna show you guys this, you wanna actually take your pelvis and tilt it and create that rotation to make sure you get the obliques working. All right, so just a couple of things to remember when you're doing it. You wanna make sure it's your pelvis tilted and you're not just using your legs to come up, because if you do that, you're just gonna get your hip flexors firing. The most important thing is thinking about taking your butt and actually curling it up towards your chest. And then when you're coming up to get that tilt, you're gonna rotate at the same time. So instead of just bringing the legs up, the butt, curl it all the way up, and then rotate. So it's almost like you're taking your butt and pointing it to the opposite side. And when you get to the bottom, let your butt go all the way back. You don't need to stop it out front like that, because you want to get the full stretch in your abs, right? This is the portion you're trying to stretch out, and you're trying to bring it together at the top. So when you put it all together, it looks like this. Stabilize yourself, curl the butt up, rotate, and then slowly back down, control it, back up. Try not to swing, control the movement as much as possible. And that's exercise 1. 3 sets of all of these. So we're gonna do 5 exercises, 3 times 5, 15 sets. And the rest time for each of these is between 1 minute to 90 seconds. Rep range, for this one, it's pretty much till failure, until I can't really do anymore because they are hard. But for the rest of them, it's gonna be that 10 to 15 rep range. Second exercise is gonna be a cable wood chopper. So with the first one, we're targeting lower obliques, lower abs, since it's the pelvis, the hips that are rotating and coming up. So since it's torso now that's gonna be rotating, I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I'm doing right now. We're gonna be targeting pretty much the entire obliques, but not necessarily the bottom ones because the pelvis isn't moving. We're actually gonna keep our hips stationary facing forward, and then our shoulders or our torso is going to be the thing that's moving as we stiff arm the weight. So I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I do it. And you don't wanna be going heavy with this, because as soon as you start to go heavy, you're gonna use your arms, your body. Go light and make sure you're actually feeling it on your obliques. So you're gonna have the weight out in front of you, stiff arm it, and you wanna actually protract. You don't wanna be retracted like that. Protract it all the way out. Get a wide stance with your feet facing forward, and then from here, you're gonna rotate the torso. So starting back without rotating your hips. You want your hips to stay stationary the entire time. So don't let your hips rotate. Face them forward, shoulders rotate, rotate. You should feel a stretch. And from here, you're gonna rotate again to the opposite side and then come back slowly. And the good thing about that exercise too is you're gonna be stabilizing, since you have to keep your hips stationary and not let your body rotate. Your abdomen is also going to be stabilizing, but the main thing that's actually contracting and stretching is going to be the obliques as you're rotating through the motion. Same thing for this one, 3 sets, 60 to 90 second rest time. And for the rep range, I'm doing about 8 to 10 each side. So for exercise 3 and 4, we're gonna be using the decline bench. Basically with these 2 exercises, we're gonna be flip-flopping. So the first one, you're gonna have your feet facing down and pelvis coming up, and then obviously you'll be holding the bench. I'll show you guys right away. And then the 4th one is just the opposite. So your feet are actually gonna be on the pads at the top, and then you're gonna be curling upwards. So your torso's coming up. That's gonna target the upper abs. So basically upper and lower, just like we did in the beginning, except with obliques, we did the lower and then we did upper. Okay, so what you wanna do is grip the top of the bench like this, or you can grab it on the side, whatever is gonna be more stable for you. And then what you're gonna think about is bringing your pelvis or your butt, just like the first one,
up towards your chest. And you want to close that distance at the bottom, right? So if you have that arch, you can actually put your hand underneath. What you're trying to do is flatten that out to come all the way up. You don't want to just use your legs to come up like this. Then you're just working hip flexors. You need your butt to come all the way up like that, control it down. And what I like to do is keep the same angle in your knee. That way, once your feet touch the ground, that's your cue to come back up. And obviously you don't want to rest the bottom, you're just going to tap your feet down and then come back up. So what it looks like when you put it all together, you have that space there, you're going to close it, touch on the ground.
Now for the fourth one, exactly the same thing, just rotating our body, putting our feet in there, and then bringing our torso up, trying to bring that space that's under our lower back and actually try to press it into the bench. I'm going to show you that right now, and then bringing your sternum to your pelvis.
So if you have that space in your lower back when you're all the way down, which is normal, you want to try to bring that space and close it as much as possible, and then bring your sternum to your pelvis. And for me, what I would do, I would hold the weight just because it is a little bit too easy. And if you want, you can add a twist at the top to get the obliques involved as well. And then the last exercise, exercise 5, is going to be for the V-lines and lower obliques. So it's a side plank, but you're actually going through the movement, you're not just holding it. What I like to do, find a wall, put your feet flat against it, or the leg that's at the bottom is going to be flat against the wall. And then the other one, I'm trying to show you guys this here, right there. Lower leg will be flat against the wall. The other top one kind of goes in front on an angle like that. So when you actually go through the movement, it's going to look something like that, right? And that's just so you don't slip back and forth, because if you're not against the wall, it's just going to be a lot harder. Because you want to think about almost like pressing into the wall and then raising your hip up so it's nice and straight. So once you're all set up against the wall, all you're going to do is use this arm to completely stabilize. You want to stack your elbow over top of your shoulder, press yourself into the wall, and then raise your hip up. So the working side is actually going to be the side at the bottom, and you can feel it contracting. You take your hand, you can place it on your lower obliques or your V-line, come up, hold for about 2 seconds, then you're going to come down, bring that hip up.
And that's my full ab workout. So 5 exercises, 3 sets of each. All the rep ranges are pretty much the same except for the cable wood choppers. That's about like 10 each side. And that's because you're stabilizing one of the other sides and still going through the stretch while you're working, like say the left side, the right side's still working. So anyways, those are the 5 exercises. That's a killer ab routine if you do all of them. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the thumbs up and subscribe if you guys are new. I'll see you in the next one every Monday at 10 a.m. Let's go.